Why, Pam? How is business?
Yes and no. It ain't good, but it could be worse. You know how it is. Always this time of the year, when it gets close by Christmas, the men folks want to be good to their wives. So they buy them a lot of wash boilers and pots and pans, you know, Christmas presents to make them happy. Dick Bailey, he's still in there, huh?
Yep.
He never took a drink before. It's a shame.
Well, he went on this bender the day young Hammond was buried. Been on it ever since. It must have been 3 or 4 weeks ago, ain't it?
Oh, all of that anyhow. Did you hear any news around about who shot Hammond, maybe?
Well, the sheriff claims it was a drunken Indian was around here about that time.
The sheriff. I'll bet if the sheriff says it was a drunken Indian that did it, it's because Stack told him to say that.
Well, you couldn't get no better on me on that question. You see, the sheriff, he wears the badge. Stack, he runs the county.
You're telling me? Hello, Tom.
Hello, Piper.
A drink, please. A little one. I don't want a big one. Just about that much to take off the chill. Well, maybe just a drop more. Just a drop now, not too much. I'll tell you when to stop. Stop! I take it for medicine only.
Well, you ought to be a mighty well man.
Oh, no, I'm sick.
Hey, Dick, what's the matter with you? Are you sick?
No, I ain't sick. I'm ornery, that's what I am. Me, low down. I feel like shooting things. Moving things. That's what I feel like shooting. Something that's moving. Anything that's moving.
There don't seem to be anything moving around here, Dick.
Well, let's see if we can't make something move.
Good night.
Let me go! I start something moving.
Bailey, it's me, Piper. You know Piper. How do you do, Dick? How are you? How's all your family?
I ain't got any family. You know it.
Sure, I know it. How could I make a mistake like that? I was thinking about another fella. Well, Merry Christmas.
It ain't Christmas yet. You know it.
Well, would I argue with you? Sure, I know it. What I mean to say is that when Christmas does come in a few days, I am wishing you a merry.
Oh, so that's what you mean, is it?
Well, I could mean anything, Dick. I ain't stubborn about it.
Well, do you want to fight?
No, that's one thing I am stubborn about.
Well, you gotta do something.
Could I sell you something?
Maybe you could. What do you got?
Well, could I interest you in some nice kitchen utensils? A nice washboard, huh? Or a nice patent ringer? Some soothing syrup? Sheets? Pillowcases? Oh, listen, I got some pillowcases with colored pictures of the Statue of Liberty painted on them. Oh, how you could sleep with liberty underneath your head. Jokers!
Never mind, Piper. If I ever do get myself married, maybe you can come around then and sell me some of them things.
That's what you should be doing. Settle yourself down. Get married to a nice, quiet girl and have a nice home.
Pan? That ain't a bad idea.
Sure it ain't. It's a great idea. A little one for me, please.
It's a bet. I'll do it.
Who are you going to get married to, Dick?
Well, I don't know. What's the difference? A woman.
That's also a good idea.
Any woman.
I can see you getting married.
You think I won't?
Oh, have a drink.
Sure. A drink and a wife. That's what I'm gonna have. You think I'm fooling, don't you? But I ain't. You know what I'm gonna do?
No, neither do you.
Any old time I don't. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna marry the first white woman I meet.
What's your hurry? Shop around a little while. Look around. See what's going.
No, sir. Not me. When my mind's made up, it's made up. That's a great idea, Pan. What do I owe you?
Oh, I don't charge for advice. That's free, gratis, for nothing.
No, sir. You gotta be paid.
No, I don't.
Can't sell me nothing, but maybe some of these other boys around here. Come on, boys, step up and buy something from Pie Pan. Anything you want, I'll pay for it.
Well, I need to pay a dance.
There you are, made a sale for you already.
Yeah, but I ain't got any pants.
Don't lie to me, you got a pair on right now. I can see 'em.
Yeah, but I couldn't sell these.
You already sold 'em to this gent right here.
Yeah, but what'll I go home in?
I don't care nothing about your private life, Pie Pan. What you go home in is none of my business. How much for them pants?
No.
$10 I'll give you. Get 'em off and hand 'em over.
No, stop
Come
it.
on,
What are you
get
doing
'em
to
on.
me? I'll catch a cold. What are you doing to me down there? I never in my life. What are you doing there? Never in my life. Pants. Nice men to take a man's pants off. What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
There you are, Dick.
I'm going to catch a cold.
Not if you run, you won't.
Where could I run without pants?
I don't care where you run. Pick out your own direction.
You're playing poker again, I see.
I hope there'll be someone here to meet you, Mayor.
Oh, I'll be all right, thank you.
All aboard! All aboard!
Come out of there, you pie-faced loot, or I'll shoot plumb through the box. What's this? A woman.
You let go of me.
Come out of there. No use your acting up. Come over here and let's have a look at you. A beautiful woman.
You let go of me or I'll scream.
You want to know something to scream about? You and me is going to be married.
You're drunk.
Sure I'm drunk. I wouldn't be getting married, would I, if I wasn't?
You can't frighten me.
That's the talk. Never be frightened of the man you're going to marry.
You're crazy.
No, I ain't. I just made a promise over in the saloon that I'd marry the first woman I met. And you're it.
If I had a gun, you wouldn't insult me like this.
The woman I marry can have anything I got. Now, what are you going to do with it?
If you don't let me alone, I'll shoot you.
Well, you got to know how to use it first. Look, you point it at what you're going to hit. And then you just pull that little trigger there. Well, ain't you going to shoot?
Oh,
Sorry it had to be done, ma'am. Ain't legal to marry a woman that you ain't kissed.
oh.
There's another little technicality that has to be taken care of. What's your name? Any name will do for me. We got a Marion sheriff over here. They'll be mighty glad to. You ain't Jimmy Hammond's sister, are you? I'm awfully sorry.
You sobbing.
Honest, I didn't know that.
Oh, I suppose if I hadn't have been Jimmy's sister, it would have been perfectly all right.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, no, ma'am. Listen, Jimmy Hammond was the best friend I had, and I wouldn't have this happen for anything in the world. Isn't there something I can do?
Yes, there is. You could go away and let me alone.
But I can't let you alone. Somebody has to take care of you, and there's no place for you to go.
If you'd just let me have my suitcase, I never want to speak to you again.
Oh, I don't blame you, miss, but honest,
Hey, how about my pants? My pants! Nice thing to do to a man. Take away his pants. Never in my life did I see such kind of joking. Taking a man's pants away from him. Whoever heard of such a thing? It reminds me of the story of Joseph and his brethren. But there they took a coat, not pants.
listen, Pipe,
Huh? What's the matter?
That's Jimmy Hammond's sister, and she's here all alone. I can't do anything for her because I made a fool of myself. But I want you to look after her until I get sobered up.
That's Jimmy Hammond's sister.
Yeah.
Sure. Can you imagine that, Jimmy Hammond? Miss, will you wait a minute, please?
Well?
I'm the fellow who meets all the trains to take people places. And this time I was a little bit late.
Oh. You know the way to the Hammond Ranch?
Oh, yes, sure I know.
Could you take me there?
Why, yes, miss, but there ain't anybody there just now.
Oh, I know that. I'm Ruth Hammond. And since my brother died, well, it's my ranch.
Oh, yes, miss. No, it ain't exactly the kind of place.
Oh, but I won't be a bit frightened. Where is this cab of yours?
Yeah? You mean my wagon? Oh, right there, miss. You just follow me. And mind the knot holes in the walk, because they're very tough on women's shoes, and I don't sell any. This way, please.
Give me a can of tomatoes.
A can of what?
Did you say tomatoes?
What you gonna do, a trick?
I want to get myself sobered up and stay sober for keeps.
Well, that'll be a trick.
I think I got some tomatoes out back. I'll go look.
Put that stuff in the safe and lock the safe up.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
I'm worrying plenty. Get the thing all cleaned up and turned into money.
This stuff's as good as money, ain't it?
Not for me, it ain't.
Why not?
I can spend money and nobody asks questions.
I never thought of that.
You better start thinking. Kind of cold tonight. I think I'll move you over and start myself a hook or a hoot. I'll put that stuff away and don't let anybody get a look at it.
I'll take care of it, Stack.
There you are, Dick. Hello, Stack. Howdy, boys. Step up, everybody. This one's on me. I said everybody.
I heard you. I'm having this can of tomatoes, Mr. Brown. I'm having it by myself.
Well, don't dull your knife, young fellow. I'll open them for you. Slide that bottle down here. My whistle's sure dry.
You use kind of a small bore gun, don't you?
Maybe small, but I hit what I aim at.
You don't always aim at tomato cans, do you?
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean?
Are you looking for trouble?
No. I don't figure you could be much trouble to me, Stack. Not unless you snuck up from behind like somebody done to Jimmy Hammond.
Oh, I say.
Here. What's this?
Oh, hello, Drip. Better teach this young rooster some manners. You're going to have a burying on your hands.
Barons are getting real common around this town. It was Jimmy Hammond 3 weeks ago.
Hear that? Come on now. I'll try. Be no shooting around here, what I'm sure.
Doggone that sheriff, just when we was fixing to have a good time. I should have let that know-they cowpuncher have it.
Got some news for you, Stack. Jimmy Hammond's sister came in on number 3 tonight.
I didn't know Jimmy Hammond had a sister.
Yes. Pie Pan's driving her out in his wagon now. I've seen him as they went by.
What kind of a looking quail is she?
Not half bad.
Can you imagine what she'll look like when I drop in and tell her the news?
I got your wood. Ow! Oh. Ouch. If you find a big toe in that piece of wood, it's mine. Never in my life did I see such wood to saw. No, that's wrong. Did I saw such wood to saw? Did I see such... Never did see so... English is a very difficult language.
You must be all worn out.
Me? Why should I be worn out?
You drove back and forth to town all night. You couldn't have had any sleep at all.
Sleep? Oh, I had plenty. All the way to town and all the way back, just like a baby.
You can't sleep and drive.
Sure not, but I don't have to. That old horse of mine knows more about where we're going than I do. All I have to do is point it towards town, then I curl up on the seat, and in 2 minutes, oh, you could hear me snort a half a mile away. Only one thing I had to break myself on. When I sleep on my left side, I got a habit of snoring like a fella saying, whoa. And I'd wake up, and there we would be right where we started from.
What's that?
Oh, that was the 4 cowboys I got for you, miss. Boys, come in. Seven wants you to come into the house. They ain't much to look at, but you know how it is with cowboys. They get bow-legged and bent up, and their faces ain't exactly the kind of faces you'd like to take pictures of if you're going anyplace. But what's the difference? What does a cow or a horse care for a face?
Well, you ain't nothing to sit up on a man, you know.
Pie Pan tells me you gentlemen are willing to work for me.
Yeah,
Well, did he tell you that I have no money just now?
Well, you see, miss, we ain't none of us got no money now either, so that makes everything even.
Well, I ain't never heard of no cowboys getting no wages until some stock or something was sold, and then mostly they got whatever the boss figured he could afford to give them.
And many times not even that.
Well, I hate to ask you to do this, but if it's really the custom of the country, why...
Custom? Why, ma'am, that's the state law.
Didn't you know that? Why, certainly.
Well, then your men are hired. And now that you're working for me, I'd like to know your name.
Well, this kind of long one here, by name he's Griff Meeker.
How do you do?
Oh, pretty good, ma'am, thank you.
And this is Square Toe Boots.
Puerto Boots?
Mhm.
Is that a name?
I don't know. Anyhow, that's what they call them, and they don't fight back.
How do you do?
You, Mom.
And that's Slig Whalen. Maybe that ain't a name neither, but whatever it is, that's...
How do you do?
Howdy, miss.
Well, there you are, miss. They're your boys. You hired them. Didn't I tell you they were nice boys?
I haven't haven't met this gentleman yet.
Oh, him? Haven't you met him yet? Well, as I'm living and breathing, I must tell you about him. He's kind of bashful, like, very bashful. And he's got an experiment in his speech. He stammers. That's Dick Bailey.
How do you do? Oh,
I'm mighty sorry about last night, miss.
I told you I never wanted to see you again.
I know you did, but I heard you needed some help out here, and
I don't need any help from you.
Now, I wouldn't be too hard on him, miss. He means well.
He means well. Do you know what he did last night?
Well, I know he had a few drinks.
Well, that's no excuse. Just after I got off of the train, he came to me on the platform and, well, he kissed me.
Ain't you ashamed of yourself?
Well, I no more than touched the tip of her ear.
Will you get out of my house?
Now, hold your horses just a minute, miss. You see, we four of us, we always stick together. Ain't that right, boys?
That's a fact, miss.
Yeah, that's right, miss.
Well, I won't have anyone working for me that even associated with him.
All right, boy. Come on, let's
Just a
go.
minute, boy. Just a minute. Miss Hammond. You can't stay here alone. And if you looked all over the country, you couldn't get such wonderful boys.
I suppose you're one of them.
Who, me? One of them? I should kick a cow in the ribs for $30 a month? Oh, I got a business.
Well, you're a friend of his, aren't you?
I am, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, then,
In all my life, I never had to work so hard to be nice to somebody.
Come on, Pipe Pan. We ain't wanted around here.
I'm beginning to believe it myself.
Windy is sure cold tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if it blew up a storm.
who are you?
My name's Dak. I knew your brother. Yes, indeed. Knew him real well. Liked him, too. Everybody liked him.
I'm glad to hear that.
Too bad about him being shot. Shame. You know about it before you come out here?
Yes, they wrote and told us.
Get any letters from him? Any late ones, I mean.
Yes, I had a letter from him just the day before it happened.
Tell you how things were going here at the ranch?
He wrote that he'd had rather hard time paying the taxes, but that he'd managed at last and everything looked all right.
Wrote that, did he?
Why do you ask these questions?
Well, I guess maybe your brother was writing those things to sort of make you feel better.
What do you mean?
He never paid them taxes.
How do you know?
Because I paid them.
You?
Right after he died.
You paid them for my brother?
No, indeedy, miss. But I ain't in the habit of playing Santa Claus. I paid him for me.
I don't understand.
Well, I hate to tell you this, young lady, but right after your brother died, I bought this ranch for the back taxes.
You bought it?
That's it. So, you ain't going to have any trouble proving it. If you want to go down to the sheriff's office, you can look up the records.
I don't believe it. Then the ranch isn't mine.
No, miss. Of course, now you have the right and privilege to buy the place back. You want to pay me what I give for it.
How much was that?
$1,876.10.
But I haven't that much money now. Nowhere near that much.
Well, that's just too bad. But that's the way the world goes.
Oh, I can't believe it. I wanted to stay on here. Go on with what my brother started.
Sure you did. Of course, now, I ain't going to be hard on you. I could put you right over the place. But I ain't going to do that.
I'll leave as soon as I can.
Oh, now, what's the hurry? Besides, it's kind of homey-like, having a woman around. We ain't going to be in each other's way.
You're going to live here?
Why, sure.
You're going to stay here tonight?
Why, certainly.
Oh.
Oh, now, don't feel that way about it. I ain't a fat fellow to get along with when you know me. Kind of skittish, ain't you? Well, I like 'em that way. I like 'em that shies and prances.
Ain't keeping you up, are we, Stack? Better not. Unless you're fixed to shoot 3 ways at once.
Well, you got me. What are you going to do about it?
Don't aim to do nothing. Yes.
Guess I don't have to tell you fellows of the law against trespassing on a man's property.
That's right. You don't have to.
I was willing to be reasonable with you. But now I'm warning you. Get off of my property. Get off and stay off.
Nice, Stack.
It's your pot. But don't start counting your winnings. The game ain't over yet.
Good night, Mr. Stack. Sweet dreams. And may your horse stick his foot in a gopher hole. Oh. Good night, ma'am.
Oh, Mr. Bailey. I'm awfully glad you came back.
We never went away. No more than enough to get out of sight and sneak back again.
After the way I treated you.
Shucks, ma'am. We didn't mind.
Is it true, Mr. Bailey? Does that man Stack really own this ranch?
Of course not. Why, say, that fella's the linest man west of the Mississippi. He just done that to scare you.
You think so?
Think so? I know so. Now, don't you worry, and I'll look after the legal end of it for you.
Oh, would you?
Say, have you had your dinner?
Oh, yes. I cooked it some time ago.
You didn't eat it, did you?
No, I...
Oh, that's all right, then.
It didn't taste very good.
Yeah, we was keeping tabs on you through the window.
Oh, then you...
Yes, ma'am. We saw how things was going. Say, would you mind if I cooked you up a mess of stuff?
Oh, thank you. I never tried cooking before. I didn't know how hard it was.
It's kind of like playing the fiddle. First time you try it, you're apt to make a mistake or two.
I expect you think I'm awfully silly.
No, ma'am. That ain't what I'm thinking about you.
Oh, no more, thank you.
Oh, I thought you said you was hungry.
I was.
A person gets that way after a while. Well, guess I'll be drifting along now.
You don't think that man Stack will come back, do you?
Stack? Say, you hear anybody prowling around this place, just let out a screech. Well, all of us come a-gunning.
It's so good to have someone near I can trust.
Well, guess I'll be drifting along now.
My, that was good.
I'm real glad you liked it.
You see, it's so strange for me here. So different from what I'm accustomed to back east that I...
It'll be all right when you get used to it. You know, I'll bet you get to like it.
I wonder if I will.
I kind of hope you will. Good night.
My, isn't it nice out now?
Sure is.
Aren't the stars bright?
Sure are. You see that big white one up there?
Where?
Look right along my arm where I'm pointing.
Oh, yes, I see.
No, you're looking wrong. Right over that peak there.
Oh,
That's Venus.
have you studied astronomy?
Have I what, ma'am?
Oh, I mean, you've read a great deal about the stars?
No, I've never done any book studying about them, but, you know, laying out nights on your saddle alone, nobody to talk to, nothing to do, you get to feeling kind of friendly with them.
I can understand that.
Just like they was people.
People?
Yeah, you get to knowing them that way. You see that kind of reddish one out there?
Uh-huh.
Well, I call him Kelly.
Kelly?
Yeah, on account of a puncher I knew once. Red Kelly, I called him. Well, he kind of had a reddish beard and a red face. And, you know, he was sort of a ladies' man.
How do you mean?
Oh, he always kind of liked to be around women, you know.
Well, what has that got to do with the stars?
Well, there's Venus up there. And there's Red Kelly. In the winter, she wouldn't have nothing to do with Kelly. But in the springtime, he'd come a-courting right up to her. Well, I guess I'll be drifting along now.
I'm awfully glad you're here.
Yes, and so am I.
Good night, Dick.
Good night.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, ma'am. Not a bit. Good night.
Good night.
Devil got tickled Indian. And now this old devil got tickled Indian and found him a wife without any chin. Sing cheer-a-wee, oh wheedle-dee-wee.
Thing I'd like to know, do you season your hard-boiled eggs with garlic, or do you put strychnine in them?
No, I most generally boil mine in lye.
You fellas got a lot to do, haven't you?
Say, Pie Pan, why do you suppose Stack wanted this ranch?
I don't know. One gross of galvanized dishpans at 30 cents, 3 times 4 is 12. Before you throw one a
Where do you suppose he got the dough to pay the sheriff?
I don't know that either. But one thing is certain. If it's worth dollars to him, it's worth that much to Miss Hammond.
Flake, isn't there a law in this state that a man can reclaim his property if he pays his taxes within a year?
Yeah, providing he's got the money.
That's smart. Huh?
What was that story you was telling us, Pipe Hand? You know, over at the Bar O last summer.
Story I was telling you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There was a sheriff in it, and a fellow with bow and arrows.
Uh-oh, he's off again. He's talking about Cupid.
Cupid, stupid. He means Robin Hood.
That's the critter.
Robin Hood.
Didn't he rob from the rich and give to the poor?
Say, what are you driving at?
Oh, that was one smart fella, that Robin Hood. Once upon a time, he was going into a little village where was living a very rich man. And he says to this rich man, I'm awfully sorry to wake you up, but I just found a family. A mother with 6 starving children had nothing to eat since last Tuesday. So I got to take away from you a few dollars. And he took away from him. That's the kind of fella Robin Hood was, a taker.
Hey, listen, Tom.
Come on, Flake.
I know what I'm talking about. It wasn't nothing of the kind.
Well, I was a red heifer, I tell you. I can see as clean as I can see you.
Don't talk so simple. That was a brindle bull.
Tell you it was a red heifer.
Say, you trying to make out I'm a liar?
Well, I wasn't going to bring that subject up, but since you speak the word yourself, yeah, that's what you are.
All right, you're a liar yourself, then.
But yeah, don't you call me a liar while you slap-sided, bow-legged little half a pint of nothing.
Why, you wall-eyed, sway-back, do-rackable Isles! Why, he hit me! He hit me! I tell you! Let me go now!
Put that gun in your pocket.
Holy smokes, Squirtle. Gold dust. Property, H.W. Stack.
Wherever would he be getting gold dust from around this country?
Where did he get it from? Somewhere off the Hammond Ranch, that's where.
That's why he bought the place, eh?
That's what he paid them back taxes with.
What's it worth?
$2,000. Just a little more than enough for what we need.
But you can't pay the sheriff that. Why, he'd know that.
Can't, huh? You think he wants anybody to know that he had it in here? Say, we'll give it right back to him for them taxes, and he won't open his mouth.
I'm warning you now.
All right, then, Sheriff. But tell him not to go starting things.
Any more trouble out of either one of you two galoots, and you'll go to the calaboose.
I never want to speak to you again, you ornery polecat.
Well, that sure suits me.
I'd have had him if that sheriff hadn't come along just when he did. You mean had you when you got go.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Oh, hello, Billy. What's on your check?
Just been made foreman out the Hammond Ranch. Miss Hammond was telling me that there was some back taxes amounting to,
$1,876.10.
That was paid by Mr. Stack.
yeah, after Jimmy Hammond died. According to the laws of this state, if Miss Hammond pays them taxes within a year, the property goes back to her. Right?
Yes.
You weigh out the amount from this, and I think you'll find plenty and some to boot.
Hey. Where'd you get this stuff?
There's an old saying, Sheriff. Gold's where you find it.
Say, you...
What?
Oh, I understand. That fake fight up the street, then my safe open.
Do tell. Didn't get nothing of value, did they, Sheriff?
You know what they got. You stole...
Careful, Sheriff. Nothing's been stole. Getting it right back, ain't you?
Yes, but that gold was stacks, and...
Oh. Stack's gold, huh? Maybe you could tell us where he got it.
If that nose wasn't so big, it'd look just like Stack.
Ain't you clever?
I could tell the law who got in my safe.
You could, but you won't. You wouldn't want me going around telling people, would you?
I'm warning you, young fella. Don't hunt in where you don't belong.
I wonder if Jimmy Hammond got that much warning.
What are you getting at?
I'm getting at paying them back taxes and having you give me a receipt for the Hammond Ranch. How about it?
Listen, fella. Fair is fair and fun's fun. There wasn't no sense in you smacking me that hard.
I didn't aim to hurt you, Slick, but I had to make it look real, didn't I?
Come on, boys, let's rip.
Doing it good for yourself, Dick?
Perfect.
That's pretty good. I wonder what that 10 cents was for, Dick.
Say, how long you been sitting here?
I ain't got no watch.
Did you see anybody go in the ropes of mine while I was out?
Well, now you know how it is with me, Sheriff. My eyesight isn't any too good.
You can see across the street, can't you?
How far is it across the street?
About 75 feet.
Well, my limit's about 60 feet.
Morning, Drip.
Hey,
What's ailing you?
buddy, come on in here. I couldn't grab him, Stack. Everybody'd find out about this dust, and they'd want to know where it came from.
We'll put that dust where it can't be found. You give it out, the office has been robbed.
Robbed of what?
Anything you say, that's up to you. Office has been robbed. Dick Bailey and Square-Toed Boots done it. You get yourself together a posse we can trust, we'll go out there and get them. If they happen to get killed resisting arrest...
I don't like the looks of this thing.
What do you mean?
Well, the state will get me for malfeasance of office. There's been talk of removing me, and it kind of gives me the shivers.
Mm-hmm. You've gone too far to back out now, Britt. Just what kind of shivers would a wholesale hanging give you? You doing a jig step with about 6 foot of thin air under your feet.
On the old prairie, very midnight, on the old prairie. Very midnight, on the old prairie.
Hi, Sam.
Huh?
Do you mean to tell me they don't celebrate Christmas out here at all?
By this country they don't. Christmas, Tuesday, Thursday, any day. Every day is the same. Nobody pays any attention. Very midnight. On the old prairie, oh, very midnight. I'm certainly sorry they don't celebrate Christmas out here. It would be better for my business. But there's no Christmas tree. And do you know why? Once upon a time, there was a Dinosaurus. And this Dinosaurus was spitting fire through his nostrils, and he burned up all the Christmas trees. So now there's no Christmas trees, so no Christmas. On the old prairie, on the old prairie, on the old prairie.
What's that?
It's nothing. Mice. Well, don't go. Let's finish the dishes.
Why, Dick.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
I'm supposed to be Santa Claus.
Oh.
Do you like it?
Do I like it? Oh, it's beautiful. You old fraud.
Oh,
Can you think of any more reasons why they don't have Christmas trees out here?
I hope you wouldn't think I'm a liar. I'll go and get the boys.
We didn't hardly know what to get you.
It doesn't make a particle of difference what you got. It's just that you remembered.
It's a phonograph.
A phonograph.
Yeah, it plays real nice. Look, you wind it up here. Put this thing over here like this. Listen. And there's something else on the tree.
Oh. Come in. Bob, you darling.
Glad to see me?
I should say I am.
You think I could stay away from you? Not much.
What'd you say before I came west?
Never mind what I said. I'm here. And the ring's here. And there's nothing else to do but...
Just as sure of yourself as ever, aren't you?
You bet.
Oh, Dick, I want you to meet Mr. Drexel. Bob, this is Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Bailey?
How do you do?
Bob's from my hometown back east.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I used to carry your books home from school.
Did you?
She's just the same now as she was then. Stubborn.
Bob tried to argue me out of coming west.
Did he?
Did I? I went about as far as I could go.
How is everybody?
Oh, fine. All the old crowd wanted to be remembered to me. And what do you think? Ella Higgins teaching English in high school now.
No.
Honest.
Oh, don't go, Dick.
Well, Squarto said some of the work stock needed feeding, so I'd better go down and...
Say, what kind of looking guy is this fella?
You should look like that. A fella that's all slicked and shined up, like the kind of a kitchen stove you'd give to a bride.
What's he doing here?
I don't know. But the fella that brought him said he's an old friend of Miss Hammond's from the East.
Did you show her the things, Dick?
Yeah, what's she saying?
Yeah, she liked them real well, too. Say, boys, I was just thinking it'd be a good idea if we all drifted down to the border. What do you say?
You was just thinking. Well, I know lots of things, and one thing is that you ain't going anyplace.
How do you know?
Because I know you. And you ain't a quitter.
Well, I ain't in the habit of sticking around where I ain't wanted.
Well, who says you ain't wanted?
Well, I got eyes, ain't I?
Dick, there's an old saying which says that you should never believe anything you hear, and only half of what you see. And so far, you've only seen the half that you shouldn't believe in.
Well,
Did I ever tell you the story of Lachenbar? No matter what kind of looks you give me, you're going to hear it just the same. This fellow Lachenbar, he was a Westerner, too. You know how I know? It says in the book he came out of the West. Once upon a time, this Lachenbar, he was even worse off than you. But did he give up? Never. He got on his horsey and he said, "Horsey, get up there." And he rode 16,000 miles to see the princess. And did he catch her? Oh, did he catch her? You betcha he catched her. That's the story of Lachenbar.
Up this time, Dick.
Oh, about 100 head. Hey, Flake! Come on to the corral there. Come on, quick.
handle those horses?
It certainly is. I'll get down and see how many they got.
Sure got a nice bunch this time.
Oh, that's great work, Squirtle.
Uh-oh. Here comes the Duke of Doohinkis.
I'll bet he's a nice boy.
Well, I don't like him.
Well, I don't like him either, but there's lots of nice people I don't like. Are you?
He wears a necktie.
So well, he wears a necktie.
Come on.
Pretty good bunch, huh, Grip?
Yeah, well, it ain't bad.
Nice work, fellas.
You pleased? Very much.
Well, that's fine.
How many did you get?
Oh, about 100 head.
Oh, you don't know exactly how many?
No. Not exactly.
Well, I'll count them later. Oh, I want to thank you and all the boys on behalf of Miss Hammond for all you've done for her. You know, I'll be around here for a while, so of course I'll take charge.
Lachenwagen? He's going to count the horses.
You're going to do what?
I'm going to take charge of things while I'm here.
Did Miss Hammond tell you to take charge?
It isn't necessary. You see, we're old friends and we understand each other.
You mean you're going to be the foreman?
If that's what you call it.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Well, then I'm foreman.
That kind of mixes things up.
How so?
Because I'm the foreman.
Not anymore.
I'm hysterical. Don't you know that a foreman around here must be able to lick everybody on the place?
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, that's so.
All right, then. I'm the foreman.
That's easy to say.
I guess we might as well settle this right now.
Now, wait a minute, boys. You got a very good idea, and I wouldn't stop it for anything. But you know how it is with women. If Miss Hammond should see you fighting...
Now, listen, Partan, you started
And
this.
don't stop for me. Look, you go ahead and hammer his ears under his armpits. I'll run down to the house and do something so Miss Hammond don't see you do it. See?
That's right. Let's get away from the house.
Come on, fella.
Come
This
on.
gonna be good. Yeah. Let's go see the Duke get crowned.
Oh, Miss Hammond. Ever since it come, I've been wanting to hear that talking machine. Could you play me something?
Why, yes. Haven't you heard it yet?
Yes, I heard it, but not good. Have you got a loud record, you know, a big band or something like that?
I think so.
That's good. Well, play it quick. I like good music. Oh, that's beautiful. Can you play it louder?
It's as loud as it'll play.
That's too bad.
Kind of hate to do this.
Don't you worry.
Old fella, he don't know it, but he's sticking his head smack dab in a bucket of pink poison.
Say, ain't that Pop Skelly coming yonder?
It sure is.
Well,
and he's riding like
ready?
a trouble
Now, wait.
somewhere.
Wait a minute, fella, wait a minute. Let's not get a good fight started and have it interrupted. Wait a minute.
They're coming, boys.
Who's coming?
Why, Stack and his gang. The sheriff's leading them. They're nothing but a gang of killers. They're out to get you, boys. The sheriff's been telling around town that you robbed his safe, Dick, and he's out to get you.
What of it? They can't prove nothing.
They're not coming to prove. They're coming to shoot.
Break for the house, boys. Hurry up. Hurry up, boys. Come on, get along. There we go, boys. Come on down here, fellas. Come away from that window. Come on, boys, we're in for it. Pick out a window and keep low.
What's the matter, Paul?
Say, Bailey, what's this all
Oh,
about?
get out! Go down. Get it on, boys! You asked for a fight, well, here it is.
I missed him.
Keep pumping on them, boys. They'll be running out of juice pretty soon.
What's the matter, Pop? Did you get your band?
Nope. Just creased me.
Spread out, boys, and circle the house.
Pipe hand. You watch the window.
All right.
Listen, boy. Stack's surrounding the house. That means we're licked unless I can get the drop on it.
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to make a break for the corral.
That's suicide, Dick.
Why, it's the only chance we've got, and I'm going to take it. You keep me busy, and I'll make a run for it. Well, let's go for it.
Dick! Don't go out there, please.
I've got to, miss.
But you might... Something might happen to you.
Something has.
Oh, Dick!
Rose.
Bob! Bob! He's gone! He's gone!
Ruth, do you mean that you...
More than anything in the world.
Well... Well...
Take your hand off that trigger and back out.
Well, it looks like you win another pot, Bailey.
I'm counting my winnings this time, Stack, because the game's over. Drop that gun. Call off that man.
Well, man, that's a posse operating under the sheriff's orders.
And that's just too bad for you. Because if you can't stop that shooting, then do it pronto.
If I do, what happens to me?
We'll talk about that later. If you don't...
Okay. Hey, you stubborn! Can you hear me? Yeah. Calling it off. Round up your men and hit for town.
What's wrong?
You heard me, didn't you?
You coming along?
By and by. Get the men together now and head out of here.
You're the doctor. Hey, Spike! What do you want? Call the boys in. Bring your horses. We're hitting back for town. Come on, fellas.
Hey, what's the idea of him sending us back?
All I know is that they go back to town.
Boss? What's the idea? Send us all back?
Okay.
So far. Get in front of this gun and keep moving. Right in there.
Now what?
Who killed Jimmy Hammond?
Why ask me?
I've got a bullet in the chamber of this gun that I made out of 2 small bore bullets.
Yeah?
One was the slug that killed Jimmy Hammond. The other went through that can of tomatoes. Jimmy Hammond was shot in the back. Turn around.
Have we got any way out?
You might look for one.
You want to know who killed young Hammond? I did.
I know you did. Why?
Found a pocket of placer gold on his ranch here. Back there in White Horse Canyon where Elderby comes over the falls.
Go on.
Well, he panned out some 2,000 dust to pay his back taxes on the place here.
Then what?
He met me.
Stack? I don't know whether I'm going to be able to keep my finger eased off this trigger or not.
Now, wait a minute.
All right. Get over there.
What a written confession, eh?
That's it.
What do you want me to write?
The whole works.
I wonder where you went.
You think they got him?
Listen, boss.
Dick, are you hurt? I'm all right.
Well, what happened, Dexter?
What's the matter, Dick? Stack.
Are you all right?
Pipe hand. Give this to her.
Why should I? You're going to give it to her yourself.
I'm going to get out of here. I'm beat it away from this place. Why should I go back? I'm never going back. Yep, Square Toe. Better saddle up. We'll be pulling our freight out of here. What's the use of sticking around? We'll mosey on down to the Rio Grande.
No, Dick. Please don't go. Now or ever.
But but I thought you and...
Yeah, I thought so, too. Well, Merry Christmas.
Oh, ain't that beautiful? That reminds me of the story of Snow White and the Prince. Once upon a time, there was a little girl called Snow White. She lived in the mountains. And there was a prince looking all over the country for find himself a young wife. And he came across Snow White in the forest and said, "Oh, mine, Snow White." And she said, "Oh, mine, Prince." And they was married right away, and they was living happy ever afterward.